Good morning. Good morning. My name is Maria Oseja. I'm a co-founder and lead organizer with Vecindarios 901. We community leaders of Vecindarios 901 take a stance against the National Guard's deployment to Memphis, Tennessee. We have seen the National Guard in other cities, such as Los Angeles and D.C., infringe upon our constitutional rights. We have also witnessed the National Guard serve the Department of Homeland Security's enforcement efforts to arrest and deport people. Vecindarios 901 stands firmly against the use of National Guard's men and women, local civilians who swore an oath to support and defend the United States Constitution being utilized to violate the very rights that the Constitution guarantees. We stand against the government's intimidation of immigrant communities and anti-immigrant policies in our state. The recent federal and state actions by both the U.S. President and the Tennessee governor directly put the local immigrant community under attack and are creating fear amongst our community members. Families are afraid to go to school and take their children to school. They're afraid to go to work. They're afraid to move about the city, doing day-to-day labor. This is a labor issue. You are not allowing hard-working people to go to work. Vecindarios 901 stands against the authoritarian abuse of power that calling up the National Guard represents. We admonish this action as an operation of white supremacy and fascism. This is a clear intent to create a white nationalist ethno-state by over-policing and racially profiling and incarcerating immigrants, brown, and black community members in Memphis, Tennessee. Vecindarios 901 is a grassroots community organization made up solely of local volunteers fighting for the rights of local community immigrants. We take a stance against racial profiling and government intimidation in our community. We stand against the separation of families, and we stand against the criminalization of immigrants. Vecindarios 901 is a rapid response hotline to report local immigration enforcement activity in Memphis, Tennessee, and Shelby County. We provide important information to community members so that they know their rights. Memphis is watching closely. And we will not tolerate the unjust separation of working immigrant families and black and brown families in our city.
My name is Amber Sherman. I'm the Tennessee lead organizer with Black Voters Matter. We need opportunity, not occupation.
That's right.
And I want to talk a little bit about what that looks like. So although so many federal funds have been removed from the city of Memphis that would actually give us opportunity, just last year, the official Black Lives Matter Memphis chapter made sure that over 300 students went to therapy for over 6 months and received wraparound services that lowered the youth crime in the city. Just this past year, the Collective Blueprint increased their youth economic development programming in partnership with the city to make sure there were wraparound services like child care stipends, emergency transportation support, make sure they had mentors so if they didn't get the job that they wanted, they were able to still get further skills with a mentor to get that opportunity they needed. That's the kind of investment that we need. We don't need the military. We don't need the National Guard. We need investment in the city. We need a county commission that's brave, that votes for a tax increase to give more opportunity to us. We need a federal government that puts more money into affordable housing. Without buying up all our houses from these outside investors, and then don't put anything in place to make sure that we keep getting all our housing into place. We need child care options and child care subsidies so that folks can go to work. If they get a good paying job, they can make sure they can show up and on time. We need actual and tangible investment into the real issues for poverty eradication. We do not need military occupation. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Claire Gardner. I'm here as the Community Engagement Director for the ACLU of Tennessee, as well as a resident of Memphis. I want to thank all of the elected and community leaders who have gathered here today to bear witness to this moment. This is a moment that will record President Trump and Governor Bill Lee on the wrong side of history if they do not change course.
That's right.
On Monday, Trump signed a memo that threatens to turn our beloved city into occupied territory rather than the community that we love.
Yes.
While Trump cuts funding for the health department programs and boys and girls clubs that actually keep our streets safe, he's doubling down on the same heavy-handed tactics that broke trust in our communities for decades.
Yes.
Memphis folks know that real safety comes from empowering the community, not intimidating it. Real safety comes from investing in neighborhoods. It comes from building state-of-the-art schools with extracurricular facilities.
Yes.
And from providing mental health services when people need them most.
Yes.
Memphis has been having tough conversations and working on making changes in policing, like the Integrity Policing Initiative. But now, Washington wants to undo any progress that Memphians have made for Memphis. This memo could turn every traffic stop into a potential deportation and arrest at the very moment when our jails and courts are already critically overwhelmed. The ACLU of Tennessee is working through the legal implications and coordinating now with local leaders to protect residents' constitutional rights, because Memphis deserves better than failed tactics dressed up as federal intervention. In Memphis, we have built something strong here, and we will not be intimidated by Washington's heavy-handed approach. We are demanding that President Trump and Governor Lee stop this planned military occupation of Memphis. But if they fail to listen to reason, then the ACLU of Tennessee will consider every legal option available to us. We will be prepared. We will not be scared. Because, as we say in Memphis, we don't bluff. Thank you.